Morning everyone, and what a glorious morning that we've got today. We've got a glorious morning when we're going to have to decide whether we want to go to shops or not. Anyway, before we start, we'll be putting our prayer of protection around the bubble of white light that I ask to go round us individually and round us as the family group that we are. And just before we start, I'm going to just say a few words to you. Last week I talked about the power of your words, and I only really gave you a negative slant on it, of like what not to say and stuff like that. But if you use your word positively, wow, the power of that word is awesome, right? It's absolutely awesome. I told you a story last week about a friend of mine who considered herself to be unlucky in love. And then everyone thought that in the family thought they were unlucky too. But I'll show you how simple it is to change. When we were out for a walk with this family, we found a stone with a hole in it, and everyone thinks a stone with a hole in it is a lucky stone. And as on our walk, we found a stone with 3 holes in it, so that it was an ultra lucky stone. And this little person put that stone on, and it changed for him. It changed. He suddenly thought, wow, look, I am lucky. I've got three holes in this stone. And that's just an illustration to show you how easy it is to change your mindset. And once you change your mindset, everything is possible. If you're always thinking that nothing will ever works out for you, it makes your expectations be really low. And when you get low expectations, what do you think you get? It's the law of attraction. As we put out, that's what we draw to us. So try to make your words be really positive, because it's positivity that brings you all the things that you want in the world. Anyway, I'm not going to join in the race round because it's all over the place now, and it's not for me to even discuss it. But I have to say this, and I did post it of someone who I can't remember who actually put it on Facebook. No one is born prejudiced. No one. You never see little kids ever looking at someone's colour of their skin, of whether they can play with them or not. They go for what they feel, what's in here. Do I like them? Do I not like them? If I like them, they're going to be my mate. And it is as simple as that. And I think that Denzel Washington, I'm almost sure it was him, he went, I can get rid of racism like that. How do you get rid of racism like that? You just take away 2 words. When you're describing a scene, it weren't a black man and a white man, it was just a man. A man got shot by a police officer. Not a black man, not by a white police officer, because it happens in reverse as well. But it just took that differentiation. We've got to stop calling us by our colours. We are humans, and we're all humans. And that's the only thing that we are. We're not, well, that's not the only thing we are, because we can be better humans and not so better humans. But it's up to us, mums and dads of all races, to make sure our children don't get brought up with racial stuff. Even when you say it as a joke, ha ha ha, it's never a joke to those who are receiving it, I've got to tell you. So it's every race, every mum and dad in the world has to teach their children not to be like that. I always loved Spike Milligan, because he got brought up in India, and he got brought up in a colonial upbringing, and he thought that when you talked to servants like dirt, that was the norm. He thought that was actually how you did it. But when he got older and he realised what was going on, he stopped doing it. And it is as simple as that. You can blame it on everything that you like, but when your mind is old enough or mature enough to make your own decisions, that's what you've got to watch. You've got to make your own decisions. I'm not, like, even if one person decides I'm not going to be racist anymore, I'm never going to say stuff about black, white, red, whatever it is, then the world is going to progress in the way that we want. Anyway, enough of me for now. Don't forget, we're all human. So, shut your eyes now, 3 deep breaths. And we're going to go walking up our wonderful path into the woods. We can almost do it blindfolded now that we know it so well. But in that familiarity, there's comfort. There's comfort in knowing that you're safe, knowing that you're in a good place to be, where you can be totally yourself. So we walk up the road, we can hear the birds, we can hear the bees, we smell the smells of summer, we smell the pungent flowers of the nearby fields, and we feel at one with ourselves. And we're walking up our path and we come to our little dustbin, our favourite little dustbin. All this week's worries, all this week's fears and doubts, all them things that you beat yourself up over, put them in that dustbin. And I don't know, I feel a joyfulness with us today of putting our gear in the dustbin, because we've all realised it's as easy as that. None of us have to have it for the rest of our lives. None of us have to pay thousands of times for one mistake, because that's sort of what we do to ourselves. We beat ourselves up repeatedly over the same mistake. Forgive yourself, let it go, sling it in that dustbin, because that's where it belongs. Put that dustbin lid on really tight, and we're carrying on up our path. And as we walk up our path, we come to our tree. It's our personal hidey hole. It's our personal space that we've been allowed to use for these meditations. So we enter into our secret little entrance, and we immediately feel at home, because that's where we are at home. And whoosh, up we go through the tree, out into the outer layers of the world. And we go up and up, and we're not frightened, and we feel safe, and we look down on the earth. Our energy centres are popping open as we talk. And we send our love, uncomplicated, to the earth. We're not having any boundaries of who gets the healing, whether they're good or bad. Everyone's getting a healing, because everyone needs a healing. We are not here to judge other people. We're just here to help them become better than themselves. Because even though some people have got weird beliefs, they got taught them. And sometimes it's not their fault that they believe them, because maybe their parents taught it and they believe everything they say. Anyway, we're just unadulterated, going to send our love to the earth. It's fantastic work. I'll leave you to your work now. Lord thanks you for this work. Before we come back down to ourselves, a little bit of healing for yourself. You deserve this. And now it's time to bring yourself back. Allow yourself to come back down through the tree. Till you're in your own special safe place within the tree. The tree thanks you. The tree thanks you for the work that you're doing, because the work that you're doing nourishes the tree, because you're healing the earth itself, and it's needed, it's very needed. And then we come back down the path, walking our way. We feel light and we feel fabulous with ourselves this morning. We all know we've done really good and really valuable work with what we're doing. So well done, all of you. Tree, back down the path. You can see all little butterflies flying in the air this morning in the lovely warm breezes. And then come back into your chair. Slowly bring yourself back into the now. When you're ready, open your eyes. Well done, you. Well done. As we come back through our path, because this is going to be a fierce week this week, where we're going to have to make decisions of whether we really need to go shopping or not, I'm going to take you through a field of flowers to get your energy centres all filled up, ready for this week. First, in the garden, and the flowers are purple, and they're all floating away there in the breeze. So we've got lavenders, African violets, anemones, crocuses, clematis, and we're going to absorb everything that we need from that colour. We hold our hands out as we walk through that field of flowers, absorbing everything we need to take from that colour. And from that field, we walk into the next field, and that field is full of indigo flowers. And again, we walk through it, and it really attacks our senses, because we are breathing it, we're seeing it, we're feeling it. So we're going to see those wild indigos, blue grape hyacinths, indigo daisy. And we're taking everything that we need from that colour. And as we carry on with our walk, we're coming to a field of light blue flowers. Oh, the smell is so beautiful. Again, hold your hands out, and we're walking through blue flowers, bluebells, grape hyacinth, clematis, and we take everything we need from that colour as we go along. And as we walk into the next field of flowers, this is a mixture of green and pink flowers. So we've got ferns, ivy, petunias, roses, hollyhocks, hibiscus. And we take everything we need from that colour as we go through that field of flowers. And now we're entering the next field of flowers. It's a huge, bright yellow field of flowers. Oh, all swaying in the wind. The smell is incredible. So you've got daffodils, daisies, buttercups, roses, tulips, amazing colours, amazing shades. You wouldn't think there's so many shades of colour in the world, but there is. And again, we take everything that we need from that colour before we go journeying through our next field of colours, which is the orange field. So we've got beautiful marigolds, orange tulips and orange roses, orange pansies, dahlias, marigolds. And again, we're absorbing everything we need from that colour. And we enter the final field of flowers before we go on our journey. And this is the field of red flowers. It's absolutely stunning to look at. Beautiful to smell. So we've got roses, a trumpet creeper, poppies, tulips, dahlias, columbine and carnations. And again, we take everything that we need from these colours and we take them inside for what we need for this coming week to give us energy and make us feel healthy. Flowers really absolutely fantastic. We all feel fantastic, and you all get this because you deserve it. You deserve it for the work that you do and for who you are, even though a lot of you don't rate yourselves. And that's another little thing I want to say to you. Right? Treat your mind like a garden. I read a book, and it's not my phrase, it's from Robin. Anyway, it's The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and he put in that your mind is your own garden. Don't put weeds in your own garden. Put beautiful stuff in there. Don't let any dark energies come into your mind, because once it's in there, it's really hard to get rid of it, as we all know from all the hang-ups that we've got from various things that happen to us in our life. But use your mind to plant seeds of love. But it has to start with self-love, because if you don't love yourself, it's really hard work to give it out as freely as you need to be. And self-love is a basic right of every human being in this world. Why wouldn't you love yourself? We're all beautiful people. We've all got our own foibles and our weaknesses and our strengths, but we're all beautiful people at the end of the day, because we were made that way. Some of us just let life get in the way a little bit and it takes us off our path, but you can always come back on it. You don't have to stay off it forever. So use your word to share your love out there. Right, so I got a card for today. I got new cards for my birthday last week. Earth Wisdom Oracle cards. And the card that I pulled for today, I'm not very good at this bit, am I? It's about strength. Sometimes strength is not about physical strength, it's about internal mental strength. Now this week you're going to actually have to use your strength to decide whether you want to go out to the shops or not. You've got to decide, do you really need a new pair of shoes? Or do you really need a new top? I mean, I think these things have been coming up for us all the time anyway, because what lockdown has taught us is but you need love and you need affection. We can all get by on them. Nothing more, nothing complicated, just pure, unadulterated love for yourself and for the world. Right, so enough of me. So close those energy centres down now. Your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral and your root chakras. Put your old cloak around you, put your hood up, get yourself protected to go out there. But when you get out there, let your love shine out there to the world, because people see it. They might not see it with their physical eyes, but they see it with their third eye, and that's what it's all about. It's actually getting real feelings from real people. So before we go, very briefly, Big huge thank you to the nurses and the doctors, because their work has not got any less. The cleaners, the carers, the dustman, the postman. We all love the postman because he's still giving us our post. And the people, the delivery people, the supermarket workers, everyone in the world wants a bit of praise. So don't be shy in giving that praise out to those who deserve it. So again, we will thank you nurses, we will thank everyone that's out there, and we will thank ourselves. We will thank ourselves because we are adding to the positivity of the world, and that's what we need. Right, so just briefly before I go, please share these videos. I do put them on YouTube as well under Eileens. Oh God, Eileens Crystal Singing Bowl Meditations. So please share. If they help one person, my work is done. Thank you very much for being here and for listening. See you next week, same time, same place. Love you all. Bye.